So really, you know, none of us are going to do anything truly unethical, right? It's really that we're going to cause any pain, discomfort, or suffering to the participants, right? And there might be unintended consequences. For example, I had a student that was examining the effects of floods on a local community. And the ethics committee thought that might distress the participants having to talk about the devastating floods that they had. So they initially, and they treated it as a high risk rather than as a low risk. So it had to go to the high risk committee. And they initially said that when she went and did the interviews, she had to have a psychologist with her. And of course, for a university PhD student, the cost of that would have been prohibitive. They finally, after some intervention from her supervisor, they finally agreed that if in the information sheet she listed the names of all well-known psychological help like Lifeline and others. So it gave a number of phone lines where you could call and get free help. So that was sufficient. I'm doing research on financial abuse, right, and that involves a lot of abused spouses, so that's regarded as high risk, right, and again, not bringing a counsellor with you, but having an information sheet that provides, free counselling service, online counselling service.
And what about the scholar or the research they can manipulate or the fabricated data?
If it's deception, if you're pretending to be, I don't know, a drug salesman to see, what the effect is from suppliers, other dealers, and customers, then you have to apply. You can apply for that, but it has to be high risk because it involves deception. If it involves deception, if it involves indigenous people, because there's been so much research conducted on indigenous people, the big question is how is it helping them? Well, it hasn't helped them at all. They're in as bad a situation as they ever have been, right? So if I want to do some research on indigenous people, I have to go to a high risk ethical committee. Now I help indigenous people. I run, how to build their business capabilities. But I don't do research on them, I just help them, I give them all the financial literacy and everything. So I don't do research on them at all because there's been so much research on them and none of it is helping.